My name is Tolu, and I come from the village of Aboasa, a quiet place where palm trees hum with wind songs and people speak more with their eyes than in their mouths. If you've ever been to Aboasa, you know that we respect silence and we fear shadows, not because of the dark, but because sometimes shadows speak back. This story is about a girl named Adanma. I knew her when we were both around 12. She was a small, quiet thing, always sitting under the old iroko tree near her father's compound. People used to whisper about her because she didn't play like the other children. She would just sit there, staring into nothing, lips moving slightly. Her mother said she was always talking to herself, but it wasn't herself she was talking to. It started after her twin brother died. They were inseparable before. Adanma and Ifeanyi, they walked, talked, and even blinked together, like a single soul split in two. But one rainy season, Ifeanyi fell into the river behind the village and never came out. The elders called it a spiritual taking. His body was never found. After his death, Adanma became different. She didn't cry much. Instead, she sat alone, watching the shadows move, even when there was no sun. Her mother tried to bring in a priestess from Okeni village to clear her eyes, but Adanma refused to let anyone touch her. "He talks to me," she said once, "in the shadows. Ifeanyi still talks to me." At first, people brushed it off as grief, but then strange things began to happen. One market day, Adanma's neighbor, Mama Udu, accused her of stealing dried fish from her stall. People gathered. Mama Udu shouted and raised her hand to beat the girl. But before she could touch Adanma, she tripped and fell, twisting her ankle badly. Adanma said nothing, just looked at the spot where Mama Udu's shadow had crossed hers. Another time, one of the village boys threw a stone at her because she wouldn't talk to him. That night, he had a dream so terrifying, he ran into the bush screaming and didn't return until morning, covered in scratches. He told his parents he saw a shadow with Adanma's eyes. Soon, even the elders began to worry. They sent for Baba Okoye, our oldest storyteller, an herbalist. He came with his cowrie bones and sat with Adanma beneath the iroko tree. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. He cast the bones 3 times, each time frowning deeper. Then he said, "This girl is not cursed. She has ears that hear where others don't." The shadows speak truth to her. People didn't know what to make of it. Some wanted to drive her away. Others believed she could be useful. One elder even suggested she be trained as a seer, but her mother refused. But the village really changed the day Adanma uncovered a secret. It was during the dry season, when food was scarce and tempers high. One morning, she walked straight into the village square, eyes wide, shaking. She said she'd heard whispers coming from the shadow of the chief's compound wall. She said, "The shadow told me that our chief killed his own brother to become leader." The village fell silent. Nobody believed it at first. How could a child know such a thing? But when the elders confronted the chief, he laughed and said, "A little girl speaks nonsense, and you doubt me?" But Adanma said, "Dig beneath the guava tree behind your compound." They dug, and there they found a buried calabash tied with a red cloth filled with bones and feathers, the kind used in juju rituals, the same kind rumored to bring death to a blood relative. That evening, the chief fled the village. His hut was burned, and the people turned to Adanma with a mix of awe and fear. She had become something else, no longer just a grieving child, but a vessel, a bridge between worlds. She never spoke much after that. She still sat under the iroko tree, still listened to shadows. People brought her offerings, asked for guidance. Some still feared her, yes, but most grew to respect her. I left Aboasa years later, but I never forgot Adanma. They say today she lives on the edge of the forest, near where her brother was taken. They say the wind bends when it passes her hut. They say the shadows still speak, and when they do, she listens, and we listen too. Because sometimes truth hides where the sun does not reach.